Okay. Let's see. Today, Saturday, right? The 23rd, 2023. Now, it seems that today leads us into the 2 days left for Christmas. I want to first get to, what's more important, or most important, knowing that individuals are concerned about the outcome of, next week's, 2 weeks from now, approximately, outcome of registered voters going out to cast their ballots. I don't know at what percent, but because of our current situations with television companies not having access to run the commercials and having a clear, counting process of numbers that responded so far to early registration, to first-time voters, all that is passed. And based on my research through some of my outlets that I subscribe to, I would say approximately 10% of those platforms have been accounted for, including just the overall accuracy and fairness of what's going on and what's transpiring. Weird as it is, crazy as it is, you can take your pick. But I would say there's about a 10% completion of those things. I mean, we're still waiting to see the actual individuals that are going to be on the ballot. What I know for a fact is the Republicans, if you had to take my pick, only because, things are so chaotic sometimes, and, somebody's got to be to blame. So the current president is in that position, So the Republicans seem to have, depending on their stance, have been allotted the pleasures of, not being the forefront of certain issues that are obviously affecting us together. So everything seems to be on par from what I see is being reported and being taken care of. The monies are still starting to, do what they do. They get clogged up every once in a while through the financial hemisphere of our stock market and things like that. There's been pretty much a reorganization of, taking money from other individual countries, dispersing money to other individual countries, those that probably have not been on the list as much as others in my past almost 60 years of being alive. So, still, you know, I think our pressing issues is basic respect in it that, one person is not the bearer of both attitudes and issues of this topic. Something that if let's say manipulated in a fragile sense, can be easily construed as a waste of time, because things have been stripped down to just bare, honest truth, and I think that's the best form of not trying to, let's say, take advantage of, not caring of, just those concerns. And to be quite honest, those things of the past really are geared to facilitate your issues. They're not there to recover you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the internal depth that you would have to go through in order to know your motives, know your actions and intent, even on a intensified high, in my opinion, still gives you the credibility to acknowledge what it is. And depending on, for instance, my case, my standings, to manipulate those who seek to address some shortcomings that, to me, is just, just more talk. If they're not talking about you, then obviously you're not effective, and you're not putting yourself out there to be accountable and to be, let's say, a person of value, knowing your worth. So, for me, in my situation, I don't even want closure to this. And it seems that it has dwindled down to where the constant acknowledgement of my mistakes can't be overshadowed by her accomplishments and goals. And so for that's that's a given. So to me, the sooner she breaks off onto her own, she can be on her own, doing what she wants to, and financially successful. All while dealing with me, none of that's gonna happen. None of that's working, because that commitment and all that, I could easily step in and, sort that or veto it and, put a damper on it, and so that's why, to finish and finally go through this resolution is somewhat important. I mean, it's not me trying to hold it up, that's for sure. I mean, my issues are valid. I give individuals two opportunities. One, you can either not be harassive towards my income and harassing, meaning, how is it that shit, the whole of the overall whole has an idea of my financial prowess, That's one thing that's never supposed to be talked about. And people nowadays love to throw numbers out. I don't believe in numbers right now. There's not a long enough consistency for that. So, everybody picked up anew, started afresh. I took an approach to where I needed to heal physically and mentally. So upon going into the program I was in, I thought it was going to be something of that nature. But when I got through to it, it was kind of like, oh, here he comes again. He's always late, words taken, this and that type of thing. So for me, I don't have time for none of that. So that's not how I get down. I want you to get down. So that's what's going on. Now I'm supposed to sleep. What? Not really. Sad, because it's been a long week. Anyway, so I got the somewhat identifiable for individuals that want to run to be next in charge. Right? Right. Now, what happens if this doesn't even go through? Some say, Mr. Biden, well, where is he now? I mean, he's gone through a recent scandal, turmoil within his hierarchy of trust. Me, I'm not. I stepped myself out to where the answers needed from them. You know what I'm saying? As well as the vice president. Those are answers they already should know. So I don't look to go over something that is redundant. And between both of them, they're pretty much, looking at each other as, what's next. All of the major, you got to keep in mind, all of the major, let's say, burdens are being addressed. And if you're not aware of them, then that's to the professionalism and hard work of these two individuals. So somebody like myself, I know what to go look for. So I'm already in there and it's being addressed. The outcome of it, I don't know what their outcome is, wanting to be, but it goes in hand in hand with their platform, I believe. There's certain materials that I think are no longer going to be in existence in the next 10 years. I think we're seeing that. I think that's even been talked about. And I think, who was that? I think that the Democrats have weathered the storm of a lot of controversial issues. I think the only thing I've heard last was about the abortion. Something slipped through after wee hours of the night, and the next day it was something dealing with a female's right at what age, or identifying parents, if underage, things of that nature. So that's still going. That's a constant movement. Now, so all other things, the war and all that, all that's over with. So I don't think that they should be bringing that up, let alone the fact that they think that they're currently a top 10 cabinet out of everybody. For your, who is it? Your, Roosevelt's, Truman's, Eisenhower's, even Nixon's. You know, this administration feels that he's within the top 10. And I don't know if he's looking at it from a, and that's probably what it is. He has capabilities of